Now let's have a little bit of fun now. Now let's have a little bit of fun now. Now let's have a little bit of fun now. Now let's have a little bit of fun now.
Hello everyone. We're here to present to you the Top France event hosted by Bayoen.f. So this is a small event, but we've got some very strong competitors here. We've got Iku, Angel of Diamond, Viole Brillante, and Heaven. Angel of Diamond and Hiku are, of course, really well respected, well-known players, both very strong. Viole Brillante has competed in some past Top France events, so I don't know much about them, but they should be excited to see it. And Heaven is a completely new name for me, so I'm very excited to see how they play. How about you, Andy? How are you feeling about this?
Later, like like a few hours prior to the event commencement, I actually found out that there were only like 2 participants who had joined the TOPP event, probably due to the fact that there was like WPL today was like the day 2 of WPL event, as far as I know, where a lot of players around the world flew to Ohio, Columbia, Ohio to participate in numerous kinds of Tetris events, such as PuyoFR Tetris 2, Tetris Effective Connected, NES Tetris, and last but not least, Tetris.io. But anyways, as far as I remember, if my guess is correct, looks like both of the players who have joined the event is really renowned, kind of somewhat renowned in French communities, but although in other international communities like ECC. So yeah, I'm actually kind of stoked as well. And I'm actually kind of anticipating for a quality match between the two, as you do.
It's exciting. We definitely had a minor scare earlier with the amount of players that were joining. It's got a little bit better, but it's still a little bit low. Although, as you said, the matches that we're getting, they're exciting. And even a small tournament like this, it's great to commentate because it kind of feels a bit personal like that. You kind of get to keep a narrative going between these 2 or 3 players, and it's really fun.
The admin of PuyoFR, let alone with the fact that he's been managing PuyoFR as of now. And I'm actually asking when they are going to start pick up the match between the two. So, in the meantime, while we are ready for those response, that they're ready, that the players are ready to go. There are 2 commercials we need to do out there right now.
Yeah, when you're ready to do that. Just if you notice the bracket quickly, we're up to 7 players now, so we're getting more and more, which is obviously 7? A very good thing. Yeah, 7. Everyone entered last minute. It's a bit absurd, actually, but it's good to see it.
Yeah. Oh. Looks like a lot of participants wheeled in at the very last minute.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't just enter before, but I'm not complaining. Some good names among here as well. CCC, Raffler Patat, Rymeka.
Looks like the participants of PuyoFR are joining the PuyoFR voice channel, by the way.
Right. Do you know which game we're going to get first, or are we still a bit in the dark on that?
Yeah, we're both in the talk about that. I think I need to sure about it. there are like 30 we're going to have 12 to 30 matches on the way, so.
Which matches are being streamed? Are we streaming as many as possible or just
every match, if possible?
Every match. If that's possible, that's great, but that might take a little while. We'll see how it goes. See how day one will organize it.
I cannot have any direct interaction with the members of PuyoFR due to the fact that they're not in second arena together.
Yeah, it certainly makes communication a bit more difficult. It would be nice if they joined, but if they can't, that's fair enough. Yeah, hopefully we get to commentate more of their events in the future though, because honestly this bracket looks really stacked. Lots of good players here.
Starting now screen so that I can have some interactions with the members there and so it may take a few minutes, so please be patient. We'll be right back. Hey guys, well, this is Andy, yeah, this is Andy, but we just get up our stream, and as you know, we really want to stream almost as many matches as possible within our reach. So, if you don't mind, Joe, can you please tell me what match we should go? You know, at the very beginning, before you kick off the events. Already? Yeah, that's me. AJM is me. It's actually the acronym of my English thing name. Full English thing name, I'll go back to second area and have to do a commentary with Spinfire in a moment. So before you saw such those man, can you please ping me so that I can just see the match in our Twitch channel? Alright, thanks in advance. We'll do every round, every match is per round two, and so all matches are blue back as you requested. Is that good to you? Alright, yeah, that's good to know. Sorry for bothering you. By the way. Wish you luck, everyone. Good luck, have fun, as always. Yep. If you don't mind, you can just check my stream, even if it would be chaotic. don't mind about that. Yeah, don't mind about that. You don't mind, I mind. Alright, I'm back. I just had a talk with we're back, guys. I just had a conversation with the Bayoen members of the Bayoen and for the podcast of the event. And we just agreed we keep between all matches from round 2 and for the all matches. And so we're seeing every match in moving practice. So therefore that I think there has been like 10 to 11, 9 to 10 matches for this event. So,
Yeah, that's great.
Sure.
Yeah, that's great to hear. You love to see more matches being played on stream. It gets more Puyo, and well, that's always nice to see.
Well, while we waiting for the round 1 results to be turned in, shall we just fire the commercials right now?
Yeah, I think that's a good time.
Alright. Okay, this is actually one of the events we're hosting right now, which is going to happen in exactly like 16 hours from now. This is actually a Tetra Open tournament requested by Young Choi, also known as Piano Guy. You know, actually to give a brief story of backstory about this tournament, of how we decided to host his tournament, is that he really wanted to host a main major tournament before he gets drafted to the military. So here we are. And we only had to give another note of a backstory of this event. So we only had like 3 days to prepare from everything from scratch at the point of announcement. So yeah. But as you can see, this is like an open tournament. So we're doing the English talk commentary here in this channel, while the Korean commentary is Guy Korea 3, which is the original tournament of the channel. So if this go into our Discord server and maybe check the bracket. Go into the breakfast menu by going to the event group and the boarding section. You see the butterfly list here. Just sign up. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. Tetra is a fantastic game, in case anyone doesn't know it. So I highly recommend that you come in to check this out. Just see some high-level Tetra in action. Just enjoy it. It's fun.
Just enjoy it. Oh my god. I have to say, my English is getting all over the place. Probably because of
you're fine.
fatigue,
You're fine. Everything, you'll completely understand it. It's completely normal.
Maybe I just got too intimidated by the fact that I have to do the commentary for 3 hours without any help.
Yeah, it was a bit sudden. You have to do the stream as well, so it's difficult for you. I understand that.
As well as the fact that throughout the roles, I'm not a native speaker like you.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that you have to do it because again, you're doing so much this stream. You're doing all of the things behind the scene. You're doing all the
barrier between the English player between I don't language barrier isn't a thing. Technically a thing in English when it comes to English. If I were to intimidate me as of now, let alone I will suffer wanted to do some personal rants about my disability, my incompetence when it comes to commentators. But yeah, let's forget it. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Move on to the next commercial.
Yeah, just quickly, chat is saying that I'm a little bit quiet, so could you turn me up just a bit?
Alright. I cranked up the volume to 0.0.
Alright, thank you.
Alright. You already know
I don't think I was around for Advent League actually, but it's a really exciting tournament that has all of the strongest players in the Western scene. Yeah, it's really exciting to see it, and the last chance qualifier promises to be just an amazing event. You have to see it. Recommend it hugely. So where can we find sign-up links for the Last Chance Qualifier and the Pianoforte Tetrio tournament? Yeah, that's understandable. Now, you're doing a great job. It's really good of you to just step in last minute like this. Yeah, it's difficult, but you're doing well.
Alright.
Yeah, that'll definitely be an exciting match because we have Angel of Diamond, who is one of the strongest French players, and then we have Rafael Patat or Frymeka. I don't know much about Frymeka, but they seem to be holding their own very well against Rafael Patat, who's a strong player in his own right. So it should be a good game. Yeah, it's a small event, but still needs to do these little things. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you're doing a really good job on the stream, of course, so there is that. You're doing well. Just be confident in what you've been doing and just keep it up.
Either the full league event or single elimination tournament event, which
Now let's have a little bit of fun now.
I don't have to use the brackets overlay at all.
Now let's have a little bit of fun now.
Well, to give you a little idea about it,
Yeah, you love to see these long sets in the first round because they show you that everyone's come out to play. Everyone is a real competitor here, and it kind of makes you a little bit sad that we can't stream the round one matches because if they're going on this long, they're clearly quite good games. But
that's what I remember. So give a little information out. I'm just prattling on about this double elimination tournament system right now. Sorry if you're offended.
yeah, it's often the problem with these small brackets that in the first round there's not a good streamable game because you always have these top players who enter every event and then these new players who are just trying out events. But it's good to see that in this case that doesn't seem to be the case. We've just got a lot of good players here. This should be a very exciting match. Both these players are very strong players in their own rights. I expect to see a very down-to-the-wire game here. Angel of Diamond is, of course, the favourite. Angel of Diamond, one of the best players in France. Incredible player, but Raph is great in their own right, has a very strong knowledge of things like GTR, and we're going to see just what he can do against Angel here. So let's just jump.
I still need to put up, PuyoVS, and
Yeah, this is
Stream OBS, we really, a bad program when it comes to capturing PuyoVS screen.
yeah. I'll leave that to you. I don't know too much about OBS, so I'm not sure how much I can help with this.
I need to do all of this.
Let's get it started then. PuyoVS is a fun game. It's a bit cheap and other alternatives, so it's a good starting point for people. So we've got Angel of Diamond going with a classic sandwich GTR here, whereas Raffler Patat is doing GTR into stairs. Raffler Patat's chain is actually a little bit hard to resolve here. He's, because of the green, going to convert into a harass. Notice this fires off a harass of their own.
Looks like Raffler has somehow painful, oh, never mind. It's like they're trying to rebuild their, tail or something, I guess.
So no, I'm fine. I just was pressing the wrong key. I was accidentally pressing shift instead of the key that I have binded to. Yeah, that's my mistake. I'm really sorry about that. That's stupid.
Looks like Angel died down and already taking the full first point while you're troubleshooting.
I don't deny there's some strange evolutionary process going on, but mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working...
And that will be the second round as well. Let's start the third round now.
With the current score up to 2-0.
Angel's chain actually looks a little bit hard to resolve here. The yellows in particular are going to form the tail, but that's going to be a little bit difficult to connect.
Never mind. I thought that there could be the danger of getting call the conflict at the point I saw that was cold, by the way.
Look at this tail by Angel, by the way, using this yellow, just perfectly calculating the distance from the height difference, and just beautifully tailing it. Beautiful chain there. And there's an all clear there if he wants to take it.
Angel that was showing off with an all clear finish.
At the start of this game, I'd actually say that Raft's chain looks to be in slightly better form here, because Angel's was a bit difficult to connect for a while. Even now, this is a bit awkward because of the way that the yellows might conflict, but he solves this by putting the greens and the blues to form a higher chain. Raft has a similar idea, and that should be main chain. It was a very good bait. Very, very fast. Very quick attacks like that. They're what you need to do in this level of Puyo. Angel's tail won't fully resolve, but I think it's still bigger. Raft seems to be going for a sandwich type of form here. Sandwich isn't the recommended way to go for GTR, but it can work.
That reminds me of myself, translating a GTR guide, made by a Korean player named Stupid Paul Fox. That was like 3 years ago. Way before I became a moderator at EPPC, although it's too much it's kind of TLDR kind of thing, but anyways, yeah, that's a fact. Angel Diana going for it. That's a 3-cell. Oh, 3-cell, right? Both of the players are all fired up. But looks like Raft got confident.
Yeah, sorry, these are my mistakes. I'm just pressing the wrong button on my keyboard. I have push to talk on, and for some reason I'm forgetting which one. Yeah, it's just me being silly. Don't worry about it. And some very strong mid game play from there. Just out chaining them after the main chain and just taking that match quite nicely. That's got an bomb going on here. It's a little bit difficult to resolve fully because of the blues being in an awkward position, but it's just good to fire it off as a counter harass. There'd be no you can. That's a greedy extension from Angel here. The blues being the trigger point, actually trying to extend with the greens, and he gets it. That's incredible. This is going to be a fantastic chain from him. I'm not great at saying exactly how long, but it's a very good chain, and it's definitely going to beat out Mass here. Yeah, just provoking that file to full chain. Their chain cuts, but Angel manages to get the players in time anyway. Payback from the start of the game, I see. Angel is actually in a little bit of an awkward position here because he has probably planned to extend to green, but that got buried under the garbage there, so makes it a little bit awkward. Fires off their chain as a harass. I'm not sure the last link was intentional, but it ended up working out really well because of it. It's a mistake, but it's not a hard one to resolve for someone of Angel's level. Unfortunately, I don't think this is... Yeah, so Ras is going to extend like this on the greens. It's looking very good. Angel is just going to fire off their chain here. It's decent, but the greens don't connect at the end, unfortunately, so there's no blue link. But it's going to beat Ras anyway.
Obtain a victory against Angel of Diamond.
Just so you know, chat is there, but I'm still a little bit quiet, so I don't know if you actually can't hear up or whatever, but if you could try and fix that, that'd be great.
I'm not sure if they already saw their match, by the way.
Yeah, we've got Hiku and CCC for FR here. I actually haven't seen CCC play, but from what I've heard, they're a very, very strong player who I think competed in the Bayoen League this year, so yeah, they're going to be good. Hiku, of course, a fantastic player. Everyone knows Hiku. Fantastic tails, great knowledge of all forms. Yeah, it's going to be amazing to see them play.
I'll go ahead and pick the players right now. That we are ready to see their match. Never mind, they have
Yeah, who's winning? I imagine Hiku, right? But let's go to cap the end of this set then. Yeah, and Hiku would just take a harass CCC and just feel like that. Finishing off with an all clear, just for the style point. Yeah, I just want to see if things get better here. If anyone in chat could say if things are better now, that'd be great. If not, it just gets a little bit awkward. Yeah, I'm sorry to do this to you.
I also cranked on my microphone volume, by the way. Okay, just in case. We're ready to go. Let the round 3-minute match begin. Oh wow, they're really fast, Fado, aren't they?
Sorry, I just need to disconnect for a second just to check one or two things. So we started with it all clear from Hiku. Actually, not quite. The greens don't connect. Doesn't have a response, unfortunately, and just can't punish that early fire.
Okay, we'll play with an all-clip finish.
So both players building tool here, trying to counter, and yeah, like this. Angel is going to fire a chain up here. Hiku is going to do the same, trying to fire on the greens.
Okay, Angel Diamond with a 6 chain. Wow.
Yeah, and I think that's it's
Yeah.
amazing to see people do this all this high up, and he can in his own right manage to find a response to it. I thought that would just be game actually, but
Okay, they were able to get the blue, and ending up with you know offering a point to Angel Diamond, making the current score of 1-1. Okay, looks like both players are going for the VCR, but it really is. It is basically impossible for me to read with their poll board, in such a short time, Okay, as I was ranting about my inability, it's like just got another point with the current score 2-1. Okay, both players are going for GTR once again.
so yeah, I think that Hiku just takes this round as the chain seems to just be bigger here.
Okay, now with the score of 3-1. Both players are going for GTR yet again. I really don't know anything about curling, unfortunately. Mainly because of the fact that I'm more of a Tetris player, as well as the fact that I've been grinding to get to U rank on Tetris.io. Oh, never mind. This Angel that we got another point from Hiku. Gosh, I really need to learn all of the chain forms that are catching on amongst Japanese Puyo players. So that I can do. So that I can. I don't make any awkward pauses like I do right now. Okay, 9-chan attack from Hiku, successfully burying the opponent with a people garbage block, making a current score of 4-2.
Hiku's chain here is, where does it start? It starts from the reds, which will go into blue, no? I'm trying to figure out Hiku's chain here because it's just a little bit of a weird form. Oh. I think that Angel of Diamond was perplexed as well and just thought he had nothing and...
Yeah.
Well, that is Hiku.
Okay, looks like the player's going for GTR again.
Wait, I think this is Talon from Hiku.
GTR maybe.
Hiku's going for multiple stacking here, just building up while he's taking advantage of the garbage on Angel's screen, limiting his space.
Okay. This looks like their Angel of Diamond with our has worked out, for topping out here, make it topping out. Hiku topped out, topping out. Now the score is 5-3, Hiku in the lead.
Angel's chain looks a little bit weird here, so I imagine he's just going to fight it off as Vasses, and if that doesn't work out, then he's pretty stuck.
It looks like Angel Diamond's support is at a some of the career situation. If I, even though I should be wrong, but because of the fact that they were their trigger pull could have been, you know, blocked by a single garbage for you.
He managed to negotiate it quite nicely. Hiku didn't take quite full advantage, but the chain cuts, and this is a huge advantage for Hiku here. Let's see if he can take advantage. Diamond can connect.
Okay, looks like Hiku got another point for Angel Diamond. There's been a huge advancement when it comes to Puyo, as well in terms of chain formations, as well, you know, mid-game strategies over the course of 2 decades, right?
Yeah, it's certainly advanced a lot. We've got a huge amount of forms here, and we're going to get to see a lot of them in this game, especially from Hiku's side.
You know, even at the moment, I only watch as well, you know, having a personal, having a close contact with some of the, you know, legendary classical players and Puyo players in South Korea, just like such as PuyoFR, Semred, and whatnot, which I don't have any knowledge when it comes to, you know, modern strategies that are catching on in Japanese professional Puyo, you know, tournaments right now. It really is a shame.
If you look at Angel's chain here, especially looking at the
double from Hiku. Look, Angel died. That one wasn't that lucky enough to, you know, fight back with their, you know, by popping off their main chain. Maybe because of color conflict.
didn't quite work out. And Angel finds the blues in time. I think this will counter because of the blue link at the end.
Looks like the main major breakdown, you know, burying Hiku. Better he would garbage Puyos. Okay, it looks like both of the players are going for. Oh, never mind.
Hiku's probably going to fire off by putting the green on top of there. And then, yeah, blue's on column 6. Tail, yellow's the trigger point.
That's the trigger point, I guess. But I wish I could I really wanted to, you know, make good use of it as still, you know, chain detector, as I did in previous Puyo and, you know, Tetris events, which is, but I wasn't able to make it, even though you know, a number of endeavors.
Oh, look at Hiku's tail here again. I mean, this is what we watch Hiku for. He's just incredible with these tails. It's kind of stunning to see how he... I don't know how he sees these mid-game, actually. It's just quite amazing.
Indeed. Okay, one chain of Raspan from both of the players.
Hiku's form seemed a bit weird there, so... Yeah.
Yeah. Angel died down. Looks like the Angel died down. Wasn't able to find the perfect timing to fight back. But somehow managed to fire their main chain with an HN double. And Hiku looks like they weren't. He wasn't able to fight the way out. Eventually.
Yeah, I think he...
Yeah, go ahead.
I think he must have noticed the conflict there because it seemed to me like he had his chain ready, but not quite.
Okay, looks like Hiku's going for a massive harassment, I guess.
Actually goes into his main chain because of the garbage Puyo. Oh, sorry, Hiku's chain, that is.
Yeah, that was a huge hellfire from Hiku. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, both players are going for GTR once again.
His tail is a little bit awkward to work here because of the empty column 6, which means that he has a lot of requirements. But he's going to just pop some Puyos to get through here, relatively unscathed. Looks like Hiku is just going to harass here with the... There's no real way to connect that to the red, so just fire from it to harass.
Okay,
Don't know if Hiku's going to be ready in time here. Oh,
yeah, it looks like Hiku has just fired off their main chain at the perfect time.
I completely misread that trigger, but Angel has a counter. I don't think it's enough, unfortunately, and that should probably just be the game.
That's looks like that's game of this match, and he could take the victory of this round, advancing to the grand finals, I guess.
Some great souls from Hiku, just finding ways to make their chain work constantly. There were some situations there where I thought that they didn't have a chain or that the chain cut or things like that, and he always managed to find a way, and that's incredible to see. It's really impressive. Good work from Hiku. Great play from Angel of Diamond as well, some good harasses, but not quite enough. Hope to see them again more in this tournament.
Yeah. While I make big updates of. Looks like a lot of match has been already done or already finished while we were doing the commentary match 10, which is winners finals. Wait a second. I'm typing the results into the program right now. And at the point I was updating the score. Looks like the semis are ready to go.
So we've got Rattler Pitat versus Flymecha, a repeat of round 1 actually. It's a game that we didn't get to see first time round. I want to see it this time. Looks like Flymecha actually beat CCC. CCC being a strong player, of course, that's a good win for them. And I can't wait to see if they can repeat that against Raph.
Yep. Okay, while we wait for the match being ready. Yeah, we only have we have no other choice but killing time, practically on about gibberish or something.
Yeah, hopefully it starts soon. Yeah, so what have you thought about apparently I'm just getting word now that you're too quiet. I thought it was me being too quiet because that's usually what happens in these places, but yeah, I'm sorry, you might need to turn your own volume up.
Don't worry about it, you know. I'll still get better over time. I'll say you still need to get used to doing a commentary in front of a lot of people. Whether it is online or offline. I think
it's just it's good practice at the end of the day.
I just got an intel from Shul first the free match is about to start. Begin. And we're almost ready. We just need them to make real and start their match. Yeah, they're ready to go. And here we are.
I'm very excited to see how Flymaker plays because, again, they've just been posting some good results in this tournament. Haven't seen them play before, so quite excited.
Okay, we have La Rap versus Freemaker. Looks like both of the players are. Oh.
Not sure why
Freemaker
Freemaker
already knew that they weren't able to make it.
Yeah, I think that if he actually just put the yellows down in the right place, that actually just works already. So a bit of an unfortunate oversight from them, maybe a missed drop.
Yep. Okay, both of the players are going for GTR. Well, Rapapat's tail is looking a bit early to me, you know. Isn't it?
It's actually it's in a bit of an awkward position. Just good fire with 2 chain to clean it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And be able to do that type of thing.
At least they got the greens at the before you make up a you know sends an attack to Rap. And what we're talking about the bull state, Rap Lapats has just fired a 7-chain attack to Freemaker.
Look at that huge 5th link. It's not going to be big enough, unfortunately.
Okay, the current score is 2-0. Rap on the lead. Looks like both of the players are going for GTR.
I actually slightly prefer the start that Freemaker has here. I think the tail end is just going to be a bit easier for him than it is going to be for Raph.
Yeah. Rap's tail is a bit peculiar to me, you know. When it comes to efficiency vocals, you know. Okay, looks like Freemaker doesn't make it. To cancel out all the garbage he received from Rap. And looks
It's a close one.
Rap had taken another point from Freemaker. By the way, sorry for cutting him instead. Senpai.
It's fine. It's understandable.
Alright. Good to know. Looks like they're going for GTR again.
Slightly awkward tails here due to needing the green, but Freemaker's going to find a way to do it. Rap's chain is going to be hard to resolve at the end because of the lack of green, so the tail is basically useless.
Yeah, looks like
Freemaker should.
Yeah, go ahead.
If Freemaker can find a way to dig to their main chain here, I think he has a huge advantage.
Looks like the Freemaker's trigger point has been burned by Rap's, you know, harassment. And Rap takes the opportunity, you know, managing to bury Freemaker with their main chain.
Yeah, it was good recognition from Raph to notice that his chain was hard to work, so just harasses him, buries his chain, and then he still does have a main chain, even if it's not great, so just firing it off should be enough.
Looks like Freemaker's telling as well as the ball status were a bit precarious, I have to say though.
Hard to use column 6.
Okay, he was like two sumos away from, you know, actually gonna fire off their main chain, but they don't make it.
Yeah, the issue was there just wasn't enough reds at the end, so it made things a bit tricky here. That's going to go for sandwich, GTR sandwich. Freemaker's going to go with that Y joint that we see from him quite a lot. has a harass set up here in case he wants to use it on the yellows. Just not completing his trigger point, so that just gives him a good response whenever he needs it.
Yeah.
I've been quite impressed with Freemaker's play, even if he hasn't actually been winning the games, because I think his chaining actually is very, very principled and very solid here.
Okay, this is like Freemaker just hopped out while we were talking about. We're having some prattle-ons about. Okay, 12 shape of Wrath. Taking another point from Freemaker. Making the current score 6-0.
This is a little bit awkward from Freemaker. If Rat can find a harass here, I think he should just take this game. But already managed to fix it before I finished even that sentence, so not a huge issue.
Looks like Raph's or maybe Raph's, chain has some danger of having their chain cut off due to, color conflict, but managed to find a way out, get around that issue. With a chain team double. Okay,
A huge tender.
Yeah, that's really impressive from Raph.
This is a bit of an awkward position for Raph's tail, but he's going to use the blues and then going to probably put reds on top of that. Yep. But actually this doesn't work from Raph. I think that Raph's tail doesn't work here. Freemaker doesn't take... I don't think his chain is big enough to really take advantage, but... Yeah, and it's just going to break the chain for Raph just before Raph buys up his main chain.
Like
and I think this will just take it.
Oh, sorry. What I wanted to say is, Freemaker's two-chain harassment wasn't that potent enough to, block Raph's, trigger points of their main chain, unfortunately. Even though it was kind of a ball move from Freemaker, I had to be honest.
Was his best chance because his chain just wasn't big enough otherwise, and I don't think he could win up any other way than just letting that down.
Oh, definitely is a bummer from Freemaker. Okay, Rab, a match point with a current score 9-0, 1 point away from sweep. As you can see. Yeah, there's a thing I really want to ask when it comes to see about tailing, all this watching these matches by the way. Or okay, looks like Freemaker has somehow managed to fire back. Okay, it's 59, I guess.
Yeah, prevents the sweep. Let's see how far he can go.
It really takes a long time to say sack a stable tail without having any dangers of color conflict or any kind of such dangers that can cut off their chain, isn't it?
Yeah, it's difficult, but if you know three forms, then you can make it a little bit easier for yourself.
And it is definitely, but it goes without saying that PTR is one of the team models that heavily relies on the players' free form skills, right?
For the most part, yeah. Although, again, there are some things that you can do. I was a bit impressed by Raph's tail there. It worked out quite well, and that should just take the game 10-1. I think that only taking one game is a bit unfair to Freemaker, who I think played really well. But, of course, Raph playing fantastic in his own right. You don't win 10-1 by luck. But I was impressed by Freemaker's play as well. I hope to see him in more tournaments in future.
So we do have Angel Diamond versus Ralph Lava Patsatse. We're having those final match, as you can see.
Rematch with the first game that we got on stream here. Let's see how this one goes. It's Angel of Diamond is the favorite.
Always ready to go by the way. So please help, Joe, if you're watching the stream, can you please tell them that they think it's awesome the match right now? Okay. You're ready to go. Wait a second. There we go. Okay, we're ready to say both of the players are ready to go.
Immediately, I'd say that Angel has an advantage here because Raf's tail is just going to get a little bit awkward with the way that he's constructed his chain, prioritizing columns other than, well, not prioritizing column 6 properly. He's just going to fire for a quick harass. Oh, no, actually, this goes into his main chain. Okay.
There should be
But it does cut right here.
Will caught up because of being Puyo at the first and 2 columns, but even so, it looks like Angel of Diamond manages to top Raph out, ending up with a point from Raph with the current results of 1-0.
Tail is looking really strong here. Raf's tail actually looks a little bit awkward because of the lack of the green. I think it works, but...
Okay, 2 chain harassment from Angel of Diamond.
That's green. I thought that he was going to really greed that out, but no, this should just be enough already. The tail works... Actually, it splits here, but it should still be enough. Oh, no, never mind. I guess I'm wrong. The cutting the tail, the explosion, just really screwed him over there. Made it impossible.
Okay, now on to the next round. We're going for PuyoFR as always. Okay, looks like Raptor Lapatse decides to send off a 3-chain harassment to Angel Diamond.
It's a good harass. Angel actually had some ways out there, unfortunately didn't quite do it right. If he had put the reds 1 to the right, then he could have just dug through that properly. And I think he would have taken that round. Yeah, we've got...
Both of the players are going for PuyoFR once again.
Joint which Tail's better. Angel of Diamond has a... Actually, they both do. I thought Angel of Diamond had a sandwich there, but... Yeah. Angel is going to fire after the main chain immediately. I don't think this is too strong because the tail doesn't work past the yellow link. Raf's chain, I think, is just bigger here. Oh. No, never mind.
Looks like Angel of Diamond's main chain was way humongous than that of Raph, I guess, right?
I might have just miscounted the number of links they had before the tail.
Ah, alright. It really is hard for me to read the board, even though without the help of, overlays like Estu's chain detector or something.
Yeah, for sure. It's a really useful tool. Is there any particular reason why you couldn't get it for today, or why you think it didn't work? I think Angel's chain cuts on the yellows right here. Well, yeah. Raf's chain, I just don't think is big enough though, so... No, it is. I'm getting this wrong quite a lot. Yeah.
You know, it really is a moment that, you know, before Angel died, that was mean to had cut off. Had not caught off. They could have just, you know, take it the big victory of the previous round with like with a humongous change, you know, like 11 to 12 chain, if I remember is correct.
Take this round with some quick harasses, taking advantage of the first harass and just follow up. Very principled, very good, very solid. Let's just go take the round.
Okay, this looks like PTR for full size of the players again. 2G harassment from Raph, but Angel Diamonds fires back with responds with a 3G harassment. So my manager to block Raph's trigger points. Another 2G harassment from Angel Diamond, but that doesn't do much of the damage to Raph.
And that's just going to be full chain from Angel, and I think this should be enough. Actually, it's quite close.
Okay, looks like they both of the players have just managed to, you know, cancel out almost all of the gag goblins they received. Now onto the making phase, I guess.
A little bit surprised Angel fired there. I think there might have been an extension on the yellows. That chain looks really solid here. That should probably just take the round.
The same Angel Diamond made a, you know, mistake in terms of decision when, I guess, you know, while they're stacking their second chain. Okay, one chain harassment for Angel Diamond. Raph answers with a 5 chain.
Angel using the alternate trigger built in. I think that should counter but not kill.
And it looks like Raph's board is a bit needs some cleaning. Looks like they have to take down to the heap of garbage Puyos. But looks like Raph is on knife edge right now. Okay, back to square one with a score of 44. I'm seeing a lot of interesting build orders in this tournament right now. Like,
Congrats from Angel there. Going to connect the blues and then the yellows. Unfortunately, I think that this is not going to be enough. They're not going to have time to really fill out their chain, and that's what's going to outchain them.
okay, both of the players are going for GTR once. Just one small.
Fire a quick harass here, and that's just going to take the game.
Yeah, that harassment worked out.
I was excited to see what they were about to do next, actually, because I think there were some really interesting extensions using the revs in column 6 there. I don't know if Angel had the poise to make that work, but those options were there, and it might have been his intention to extend like that. Very efficient if he was.
Alright, but while we... Okay, both of the players going for GTR. Angel Diamond fires a 2-chain harassment, while Brad decides to answer by fire off their main chain.
I think Angel's chain
Diamond fires back with with their main chain as well. And Angel Diamond's, I think, another point for Raph, making this current score 6-5. BPL from full size yet again.
Tail looks a little bit awkward here because of the yellows are just going to be a bit hard to connect. Angel is going to fire quick advance, tries to provoke rapid fire in his main chain because his form is generally better and he has more room to extend here. I think he's being a little bit greedy with these extensions, with extending the tail rather than trying to get the head extended, and he's not going to be able to fire his chain off, and that's just going to be game.
Okay, looks like the game has still gone back to square one yet again. With this current score of 6-6. Okay, both players are going for GTR one again and again and again.
Yeah, the good thing about GTR, as opposed to forms like Sandwich, though, is that the only really key part of GTR is the little transition. You can kind of freestyle a lot with the rest of it, and at the end of the day, it actually just ends up having a lot of variation due to that. And it's exciting to see what they do because of this.
Looks like
This is a really close chaining battle here. Angel's 11 is just not quite big enough, and it's just good to do that thing. Yeah, with a little follow-up.
Okay, now on to the next round. I'm trying to be something like a shoutcaster, Costa, and EPO soccer games right now. That's the role I'm trying to play at this point.
Counter idea there. Unfortunately, it's not quite going to work out.
Looks like both of the players are on a knife edge right now, right?
Raf's chain actually looks like it has a lot to work through. Angel's is even worse though, so I think Raf can just dig down. Angel is going to have some troubles really connecting his main chain, and that should just be game for Raf.
Oh, that really is a bummer for Angel Diamond.
Not quite in time. I don't think his chain is big enough anyway, but it might have. But who knows? I might be misreading the tail again.
You know, at least you're way better than me when it comes to Puyo. I have to say though, you know, the game audio buries your voice. I cannot hear what you're talking, what you're saying, right? By the way, unfortunately, because of that.
Am I still a little bit quiet, or?
Okay, another point goes to Raph. Taking the match point of this round. Okay, both of the players are going for GTR yet once again. They're always going for GTR, I have to say.
Again, GTR has a lot of variation, so...
Especially when it comes to tail.
Yeah, so it's still interesting, even if it is just GTR after GTR after GTR. That's counter form there, really strong, finds a way down, but it does limit the amount of space that he had to work with. I don't think the tail fully works. Angel notices this. Yeah, I don't know if this chain is going to be big or not. I think it's actually quite close. No, yeah, Angel just wins that battle, and that should be the game.
Even though Rafa somehow found a way to get a fire off their main chain, looks like you know they weren't able to get a fight up against Angel of Diamonds and Rain, Colossal main chain.
Yeah, that's the problem with counterforms, which is that they're really cool and they're really interesting, but at the end of the day, they limit your space quite a lot. It's not too much better than just firing off after without extending. And if your main chain isn't big enough, then this presents some problems, especially as they just limit the amount of extensions they can make.
Okay, looks like
As I was-
and that's the game. Route takes the victory of this round, advancing to the grand finals.
Yeah, very impressed from Raph there, especially after the first game of the tournament that we saw where Angel beat them 10-2. Comes back with a vengeance, beats Angel 10-7. Excellent play. Excited to see how he fares against Hickory in the finals. Angel of Diamond, of course, made some fantastic plays of their own, but not quite strong enough to beat Raph this time.
Yep. Okay. Looks like we only have grand finals right now. Okay, it looks like. Okay, let's see if the players are ready to go. Not yet. Okay. While we are waiting for the two players to join in, and they make a room and begin their match. I have to say that, I still need to learn more about Puyo in order to do a commentary of any Puyo match without a hitch.
Yeah, I thought it's a difficult game. I mean, I played a lot of Puyo and I'm still making mistakes when it comes to this type of thing. I'm sometimes just misreading their chains, not seeing how big they are, and it's a big learning experience. From what I've seen, though, you have understood these things fairly well. You know what you're talking about, and even though there's a little bit of work to do, I think what you've been doing is really good.
Yeah, I only know the basics of the game side. Thanks to doing some translations of Puyo guys, basic Puyo guys, from Korean to English, and vice versa. I've been working as a freelance translator, even though I don't have any certificate to prove my ability. Well, there's a certificate provided by International Translation Committee located in South Korea. Maybe I should study hard to get a double first degree translator certificate.
That's really interesting stuff. I have a huge amount of respect for translators like that, and like for you for example, for translating all these guides. It's a massive service to the community, and it means a lot.
There's not a difference between when it comes to my English proficiency between currently and me at that time, which was like 3 years ago, which I can feel in my bones, I used to speak in a very verbose way, using a lot of words that even native speakers really use in their daily lives. When I first got into EPPC and other communities, but now I can now use a lot of fixed phrases as well as phrasal verbs without any difficulties. Most of them. Even though I had to flick through the dictionary rarely at times, but I happen to encounter some interesting phrasal verbs or any other fixed phrases or any kind of slangs or jargons that are used commonly in the common. Use common. You common in current era as well as in historic, such as Elizabeth one period and whatnot. I'm still in the in the progress of learning when it comes to English, let alone with the undeniable fact that there's still I still have a lot of room for improvement to become a proficient, let alone fluent speaker like you guys.
Yeah, it's just practice. Just so you know, we've got a quick hydrate redeem from chat. So I'm just going to get some water very quickly.
Right.
I recommend you do the same.
And by the way, if you find our stream a bit engaging as well as interesting, even though all the fact that we've been too intimidated as well as being nervous, being nervous throughout the match. Be sure to click that follow button. That's really a grateful thing to us. That's one good way to support our channel as well as our community without spending any money, even a cent, even a pence, maybe.
Yeah, just quickly, the match has apparently just started, so if you want to switch over to that.
Alright. Wait a second. Alright, let the grand finals begin.
It looks like we're jumping into game 2. Hiku is 1-0 up at this point. Still struggling to read Hiku's chains a lot, but it looks like the green's the trigger. He needs... Oh no, the green on top is just... Of the blue's just is going to connect the chain. The tail is really strong here, ends on the reds, and that should just be enough. Yeah, with the big 10.
Yeah, that's a humongous change for Hiku. Looks like Raph thought they wasn't able to fight back. Giving another point away to Hiku. They get a curve score of 0-2. Hiku on the lead.
Hiku has a slightly weird form here. I was thinking that he'd connect it with the yellows, but that might be a bit troublesome because there just wasn't there was a drought, so he decides to connect it from the other side.
Yeah, that may be a not so good decision for Hiku. Ending up giving a point to Raph. That's kind of unfortunate, isn't it?
Yeah, I just didn't get the reds in time there.
Okay, one chain harassment from Raph. Hiku answers with a 2-chain. Followed by firing off their main chain. Okay.
Gets an ult here actually.
All clear finish for Hiku.
Yep, and Raph unfortunately just doesn't have enough, just can't connect his chain in time, and that's 3-1.
I'm not sure what Hiku's up for right now,
I quite like what his chain is doing here. It's going to connect on the reds on the downturn, and then the yellows, and then another yellow actually. It's quite an interesting tale. That's a more standard GTR here. Does seem to work out properly, but he might not just lose it to fire in time.
It looked like Raph's ball was a bit cluttered up. That even if Hiku was only so that Hiku only had to fire a 2-chain small harassment to Ralph in order to walk away with another point.
It was very smart recognition by Hiku to notice that Ralph's chain was a bit awkward and a bit greedy. Had a few pieces to get to actually be in position to fire. Hiku's chain does cut here, unfortunately, but it's still quite a nice chain. Ralph's, I don't think is big enough. Actually, never mind. It's more than big enough.
Yeah, even if the moment that Hiku was not able to have a fire up a humongous chain because of the color conflict he just had. Okay, blue player is going for GTR once again.
Hiku's chain seems a little bit awkward to me here because no, it's actually not too bad. It's fine. I thought that there might be some issue with the reds connecting properly, but he can make it work.
I'm not sure if Hiku would be. Oh, never mind. He doesn't make it.
Building GTR, Hiku building GTR for once, so it's kind of nice to see it from him. For some reason, it's actually refreshing, but
I have to say, Hiku's tailing is kind of interesting to me, you know.
yeah, it's quite a nice tail here. It goes to greens, then the blues, then the reds. For a nice 11 chain. Rafs is going to cut here on the reds, but so it's just not going to be enough. Going to stop at 8. Sorry, 9.
I have to be honest, never had I thought of building a tail like that, you know. You know, it should be because of the fact that I'm no more than a beginner, but still.
Yeah, it's not an intuitive way to build a tail. It takes a little bit of time to learn to tail like that, so it's impressive to see them being used in games.
Yeah, I still rely on my intuition when it comes to seeing tailing.
The last chain is going to it's going to only be a 9 here. Hiku, I think that Hiku's chain is actually a little bit awkward, but he seemed to have more if he could find a way to fire it.
Okay, both players are going with GTR once again.
Huge harass from Hiku here,
Yeah,
but unfortunately it's going to go one link longer than he wanted, and that's just going to give Raft a chance to fire this off. The yellows there's no yellows at the end, unfortunately. Hiku's going to take this time to extend, but it's going to be a bit awkward. Yeah, not quite enough time, although he was actually quite close though with the reds. I think that would have probably been just about enough to counter as well, so...
Looks like he made a you know, poor decision at the previous round. Yeah, you know the harassment let Rob to get a fire.
I don't think it was a bad decision to harass, but unfortunately there was just one more link than I think he wanted, and if there wasn't one more link, then I don't think that Raph would have the time to really make his chain work in time, and because of that, that's just going to be the game for Raph. As I was talking, Hiku's just going to harass Raph down to take his 6th win.
Okay, now we're at the current score of 5-6. Hiku in the lead.
Last chain was really awkward for a second there, and I don't think Hiku managed to take advantage of it, unfortunately, but there were ways that he could have just won the game outright very fast there.
Okay. Raph with a fire chain with a hellfire, I guess. Okay, that.
Yeah.
Looks like Raph manages to fire bury Hiku with a heap of goblins with their some kind of a bit awkward, you know, for hellfire. I guess. Okay, it looks like both of the players are going for GTR once again.
Not quite. Hiku's got quite an interesting chain going on here. He's going to use the blue on top of here, on top of column 6, to go into his transition. The yellow being the trigger point here. Unfortunately, I don't think he noticed the cut in time, and that's just going to be game. I think if he found the yellows, didn't greed out another extension or two, I think that just takes the round.
Okay, now we're at 7-6. Raph on the lead for the very first time in this round. But Hiku manages to, you know, bury Raph with their old chain attack. What a bold move from Hiku.
Hiku is going to focus on his tail first here. It's quite an interesting chain with the blues as the end. And then he's going to use extensions with red on 1 and then a green on 2 eventually. Last chain is just a relatively normal GTR here. Going to use the greens to extend. The tail, I'm not sure the tail works properly. He's just going to convert it into a reverse, and Hiku notices, fires up his main chain, and that should just take the game.
Okay, at that time, Hiku had just fired off a 9 chain to Raph, and Raph doesn't fire the way out. Hiku taking on another point with the current score 8-7. Hiku in the lead again.
I'm wondering how Hiku's going to use his column 6 properly in this game, because it all just seems a little bit awkward. And he's going to use it by looking to extend with the greens, the reds, the yellows, put a yellow and a blue on 6. Rust chain looks a little bit awkward too, might fire it off as purposes.
Okay, 1 chain arrest from Raph, but Hiku still manages to fire by the way to the trigger point, fires their main chain. Chain from Hiku, that's really humongous.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rust chain is just going to split apart in 20 different places, and that's just going to be a good game. I think Rust chain wasn't big enough anyway, but it would have been a lot closer.
Hooray! Looks like Hiku has just have taken the match point as well as the tournament point at this event.
That's actually a little bit of an awkward position here with his extension, so he's just going to fire immediately. Combine that with Hiku's attack, I think Hiku could have actually extended rather than just go for the harass. The chain cut, Hiku isn't going to notice, and that just puts us to 8-9.
Okay. Looks like both of the players are going for it. Yet again, I guess.
Hiku's chain looks to be in a lot better form here because Raph is very, very vulnerable in column 1. If Hiku can find a way to fire off a big hellfire, or rather a big free chain even, then that should just seal Raph off. Huge advantage Hiku here, just what needs to fire off his main chain with the reds.
looks like he could just fired off their main chain. It's like that should be it.
Yep, and that should be game. Raf didn't have a good enough response, and that puts Hiku winning the tournament to get over Raf the tap.
Yep.
In one set, 8-9. Sorry, 8-10. Really strong show from Raf here. Many people probably wouldn't have expected to get this far, but 8-10 against Hiku, a fantastic player, beating Angel of Diamond, another great player. Really impressive show from him. Very, very impressive. Hiku, of course, win the tournament. Incredible player. Great showing. I love seeing how he tailed all of his different forms. That's if you really want to improve, just studying Hiku's playing those games. There are worse ways to go about that, you know. So, congratulations to both competitors. Really well done.
Yeah, it really was a blast. Even though there were like only 7 participants in this match, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a really fun tournament, even though it was a small bracket. Lots of really good matches, lots of really good rounds there. Very exciting to see.
You know, I was busy and getting out all my knowledge I have in Puyo, so that I can you know, provide some quality commentary of this match as far as within my reach as far as I can.
You did well, actually. I was impressed by how much you knew. Yeah, and of course, thank you for inviting me on the stream. Thank you for setting this all up. This community really values you a lot. It would be a lot harder to do these type of things without your input. And big thank you, big shout out, I guess. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, big thanks to you as well as Bayoen for being cool and allowing us to get being their tournament in our channel, as well as letting us do an English commentary of their events. It really I have really learned a lot of things from you guys' matches, by the way. Even though it would take forever for me to be like you guys. Maybe it would take at least a few years. Even though I come to a point of, you know, stacking 5 to 6 chains in 80 basic forms in no time. Yeah, that's actually a huge leap for me when it comes to Puyo.
Yeah, with Puyo, the important thing is just to keep practicing. And if you know the basics, which you do, then it's all about practice from that point onwards. It's really been an exciting.
Work on how to build an efficient tail and whatnot, but yeah, that's it. It looks like. Hey. Professional as other major tournaments like Puzzle Kingdom, Good Top World, and whatnot. But thank you for tuning in. And as I mentioned before, we're having piano guys, piano 40 event in 14 hours, which is like 1300 tomorrow in my time zone. So yeah, if you're interested, don't forget to follow our channel and enter into our Discord channel, Discord server, and get any updates about the event, let alone our future event, which which hasn't been announced yet. Yeah, we'll see you in 14 hours in the same channel with another Tetriano open event with a collaboration with Piano Guy. Thanks for time, by the way.
Thank you for commentating. Thank you for doing all this stuff. It's been really good. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah, it really wasn't an experience doing a commentary with
Yeah.
you.
It's been fun. Of course, thank you.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.